Shooters, shooters, shooters. There's something magical about that number 3 this year, as a murderer's row of big-name franchises tacked it on to their 2011 releases. Killzone 3, Gears of War 3, Resistance 3, Battlefield 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Crysis 2, Bulletstorm. Alright, so there were a lot of great shooters this year, but when the measures of campaign, cooperative, and competitive play were weighed and tallied, which 5 games stayed in our sights? Let's find out.
The nominees for Best Shooter are Killzone 3, Crysis 2,
to save our species.
Gears of War 3, Resistance 3,
My name is Joe Capelli. I'm close to the tower. If I can make it there alive.
Get down! Battlefield 3, and the winner is Gears of War 3.
I think for all the awesome shooters we've had this year that have continued and built upon established franchises, Killzone, Battlefield, Call of Duty, the one that stands out to me the most as just sort of the apex, the pinnacle of that series is Gears of War 3. I think what that game does is take everything that's made that series great and refine it just a little bit, but also go to places where that series hasn't gone. Had to do some very successful storytelling, which has not traditionally been, you know, a strength of the Gears of War series. It evoked real emotion from me while I was playing, and I was just really compelled to move on and really absorbed in that adventure in a way that I haven't been absorbed in a shooter campaign in a long time.
So many shooters that come out these days, you look at them and you can tell, okay, that's a multiplayer shooter, or that's a single player shooter with a tacked on multiplayer campaign. Gears of War 3 is one of the rare games that it's not a multiplayer shooter and it's not a campaign shooter. It's just a really great shooter experience, no matter which mode that you're in, which is not something that you can say about a lot of shooters these days. The campaign is terrific. It's got like just an awesome sense of atmosphere, and it really combines a sort of like super macho tough guy aesthetic of the characters in there with that also a little bit somber and morose feeling that, you know, this world has gone to hell and there's not a whole lot left for these guys to fight for, and they're really like just clinging to the last scraps of humanity that they have left. So it's this really good sort of dynamic that the game has going on there. And then you add on top of that just really terrific multiplayer, and what you have is just the entire package.
Underlying the great campaign, cooperative modes, competitive modes is the Gears of War 3 combat system, which, you know, though clearly recognizable as, you know, the series' iconic style, is but far and away the series' best. This is third-person shooting with weight, with impact, and with a platforming element, almost. You're not just running, and it's not about where you aim and where you stand, it's about how you move through the environment. And nothing brings this into starker focus as when you're playing competitively and you see people who are moving around the battlefield twice as fast as you possibly could, because they know how to slide up against the wall, they know when to sprint, when to stick into cover, when to jump. And you see that happening and you realize there's so much more at play here than I am currently able to grasp, and it makes you want to go for it and makes you want to master that.